Hello everybody, my name is Anthony. Welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Kalterkrieg as the Danubian Federation. Let us continue on from where we last left off. So. We have demobilized the army, which cost us like 30, maybe roughly 30 divisions. Honestly, it's not that bad. And actually, as a bonus, it means we are going to be spending less money on the military, which means we can build factories a little bit faster. When you think about it that way, it sounds pretty good. But, yeah, I think things are going pretty well. I'm going to deploy you guys here. Some of you guys deploy to green. You guys can deploy over to green army as well. Excellent. Okay. Your refining 2 is done. Let's go for our final jet here. A lot of planes being built, which is very nice. So I want to upgrade our Air Force. Air Force, don't know if you know this, it's pretty important. Okay, upcoming elections in Galicia. Galicia is somewhat unique among the Crownlands. Yes, the APD have really struggled to gain a foothold there. The main parties here in the caucus at the federal level are the Liberal Caucus, who work closely with the oil industry and do well in the cities of Lvov, Lemberg, and Stratislav, consequently. The BPD Coalition, who are rather prominent in the west, having headquarters in Krakow, and the CSP Caucus, which has broad support in the countryside amongst those who bother to vote. Smoldering Polish-Ukrainian nationalism means the area is also significantly lower than average voter turnout in general, as people still hover to national organizations and dismiss the actual politics happening around them. This has the side effect of making the race in the Crownlands reasonably close for most, with the Liberal Caucus having only held office since 1945 after breaking their coalition with the BDP caucus to go into government alone. This means that pretty much every party is looking to try to claim an outright majority. With our support, the CSP caucus could mobilize voters across the Crownlands and bring the Galician Diet in agreement with the federal government. Well, let us try our best here. So let's see, if we do this, it's going to be -5, a little expenditure in time and energy, and we can stop the opponents from gaining further significant leads. Okay. So let's bolster you. So that's going to get us to... Because what's this right now? It's going to be a plus... It's going to be a bonus for the BDP and Liberals at a cost of the CSP caucus. So maybe we want to try to... Maybe we do want to undermine them. I haven't taken any of the undermining events yet, but I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it 100%. Support weapons 2, a little ahead of time, but honestly not too bad. And Germany honestly is not doing that well. The fact that they're only on 6 points right now is a little disappointing, to say the least. Because they have now formed themselves into the Accord, which I think is just a worse name than the Entente. I mean, I understand why they're trying to move away from the wartime, the wartime kind of naming structure and the ideology of the war, but I think the Entente is just a better name. Arms Commission reviews stockpiles. Scope and extent of the Danubian stockpiles of weapons after the Second Weltkrieg is immense. The Arms Commission has therefore been formed with an eye of assessing the medium and long-term requirements surrounding the continued clearing of battlefields, and handing the excess requirement weaponry. Federal generals, as well as functionaries from the Federal Diet and the Finnmark, are now meeting in the Hofburg in order to evaluate the information provided by the army. They'll come to their conclusions over the next month or so, and set into motion the organization processing to deal with the outstanding issue, as holding these weapons without a clear plan is a financial drain on the state. Well, I mean, I'm currently like exporting them, so I'm hoping you'll be okay on that. Okay, let's assess the Battleton principles. Get this one going. Okay, assassination in I think that's in Algeria. The fall of Wuhan. I mean, are they already basically dead? They're doing pretty well for themselves. Now, the rebel suppression general headquarters, they are kind of collapsing. They're not doing that as well. Partisan training camps open in Galicia. Far behind our lines in Ukraine, the breast and bitus of the partisans have been smuggled into the country in small groups in order to receive training. How to use their weapons, how to act as officers, squad tactics, and some improvements to their already well-honed tactics. There's also some return training, as they remind our soldiers how to operate in a more limited logistical means. The secret facility is in a remote countryside, and only a few members of the Galician government are presently aware of it. Others will be informed if the needs arise, but that seems doubtful. Okay, so that's going to be 1,000 weapons lost for us, but again, we have so many guns, I'm not worried. 48 deliveries to get this to Brazil. I did not actually check how many deliveries they were sending us. 48 deliveries is crazy. Integrate captured equipment. After the end of the war, there are still vast battlegrounds within Ukraine strewn with destroyed and damaged tanks, artillery pieces, self-propelled guns, as well as literal stacks of Russian weapons. Likewise, we've accessed large caches of supplies from the SRI in Italy. A decent amount of these weapons may be in the condition that we can make some technological developments from them, but most of them, while serviceable, are obsolete. If we do integrate these weapons, we may have to spend energy reverse engineering compatible ammunition in some cases. Ingesting these weapons into service will be more likely more trouble than it's worth, especially given the strength of our own domestic arms industry. Okay. Extract anything we can use. This will be bonuses for armor and infantry weapons. Or we just add some more guns. Honestly, I'll take the research. Again, I have so many guns, I really don't need it. Okay, it's 35 deliveries. This will be expected to finish in March of 52. You know what? Sure, why not? That seems fine. I mean, again, it's better to even if we're trading them for like dirt cheap, it's still better to have something than having nothing. So I will take it. 41%. Mobilize the countryside to vote. 5%, and then mysterious numbers everywhere else. Okay, let's campaign in the Ukrainian East, and let's do some mobilization in the countryside. That actually will not happen because it's only 45 days to the election. I cannot read. Okay. Steinsberg Saxons complained about Transylvanian government treatment. The Steinsbergen Saxons are a German minority in Transylvania. Historically, businesses and craftsmen who were generally of an urban grouping and moved to the region after the Ottoman Turks were pushed out during the 16th century. Due to their status as mostly bourgeois and urban, they felt the recent measures in the field of taxation by the Transylvanian regional government, and has specifically aimed at them and impeding on their livelihoods. Whilst there's no explicit bias in the laws on paper, anecdotal evidence points to it being handled much more permissively than voucher interests are on the line. As well, and as such, the Saxons have sent a formal petition to Vienna. Unfortunately, there is no precedent for direct federal intervention in this matter, and we do not want to set one in case this looks like a case of old empire, new clothes. The best we can do is a memorandum to Cluj. So they're not really happy about that, but not too much we can really do about it at the moment. Not too much we can do. Anything else we can sell? We have a deficit of this right now? Okay, then I'll bring these back home. I don't know why we would have a deficit. I guess because we're trying to train new units. But, you know, it is what it is. Okay, next up, what do we want to do? Commence the Fiegel plan. This requires scale up the Fiegel plan. As a Fiegel plan, which is more political power, as well as we're actually going to gain some... no, actually we're going to lose some factory output, but should be okay for now. And then once it gets scaled up, it might get actually even worse, which is very cool. Assess the Balaton principles. The Balaton principles were worked out between various political groupings in the crownlands of our federation over a decade ago now. No document is perfect, and it would perhaps be wise to reassess them in the sight of our current leadership. This is a controversial move, but ultimately, it'll allow the government to actually govern the many people of this land and streamline the passing of laws. With greater efficiency at the federal level, and without having to drag our heels waiting for the regional leaders to come back with for simple answers. The Danubian might actually be capable of achieving something without being in Germany's shade. Let them yammer, or their, okay, let them yammer. Let them yap about. That's fine. Fall of Chongqing. Okay, very good. I mean, again, I'm not surprised that the Beijing government is going to win. They either seem like they're just better off in general. Disposing of obsolete equipment. Aside from the captured equipment of our enemies, we also have large numbers of weapons that are manufactured for and during the early years of the Second WWII, which are obsolete, if serviceable. Even supplying the Landstrom, there's still a large amount of excess, which are filling warehouse space in our arsenals. The Honors Commission has come to the conclusion that we should look into disposing of these weapons. The question is how to do this. We believe we can use obsolete weapons for political gain and supply our proxies directly via a front corporation, the Halsberg Waffenhersteller. The question is, do we sell these weapons to independent arms dealers? The advantage here is that we are able to move them more quickly and make some money on the same time. The danger is they may end up being used against us or our proxies. Army experience plus 10, or unlocks decisions, theater rifles from inventory to private dealers. Yeah, sure, let's sell them. What do you actually look like? Country's in a crisis. Okay, we're not in a crisis. So this is just political power. Current inventory currently stands at 85,000 small arms. Is that different than this number? Yes. Sure, let's sell, right? Let's just sell everything, sure. Sounds great. Sell all of this stuff to everybody. We'll get the political power off of that. Call up Hungarian Landstrom. Regardless of being crisis or in a war. I mean, hopefully that doesn't happen, but we'll see. We'll see. How are you guys doing right now? 52% stability, 30% war support. They still got all of their little puppet states. So I'm expecting they're not going to collapse anytime in the immediate future, unfortunately. You know, let's get the railway gun. Sounds good. Okay, so Vilkrieg Aero Jets will replace you with the Jet Fighter 1. Sounds great. AS, your wartime tactical and strategic bombers. And Switzerland, will you get rid of Haute Savoy? And if you do, who would it be to? Istrian unrest. The Italian minority in the port city of Trieste has come out in protest of recent changes to the requirements for the secondary school leaving exam in the region. The Austrian Diet recently passed new legislation relating to the leaving exam, and apparently an oversight was made with regards to the language requirements. Whilst all students are expected to be fluent in both their mother tongue and German, the exam is generally an oral examination, and there are concerns among the Italian minority that this will lead to a disadvantage for their students. The official reason for this change is due to a lack of available examiners proficient in Italian, without personal bias towards the applicants. Due to this unrest, additional requirements are being made for Italian-speaking examiners throughout Austria, and the policy appears to be rolled back. But this has kicked up a needless fuss. I love losing stability. I don't want it. I don't want it anyways. I want to be running the most unstable country in the world. Okay. Ed Teller's breakthrough. The well-traveled and well-renowned physicist Ed Teller has been one of the recipients of the Danubian Atomic Program stipend. And from his lab in Budapest, he's made a reported breakthrough in the understanding of the physics for the design of the Danubian atomic weapons via an improved process for heavier water production. Excellent. Ooh, 5% bonus. Is that enough for us to hit the 10% here? Not quite. We're currently at 9%. So when you're finished, we'll be over 10, and then we can take the next focus regarding to our nuclear program. And the Beijing government allows volunteers. Our attaché assigned to has reported that the Beijing government will allow us to send a number of volunteers to support their war effort. Okay. We can now send volunteers to you. You're getting Lend-Lease programs from various people. You're getting Lend-Lease program from various people as well. If I were to send volunteers, we can send one division. I mean, that's basically what I would expect. Let's send over an extreme cracked division of a mechanized division tier. We'll send in Wilhelm. Send those volunteers over. Fantastic. Can we send air volunteers? Ooh, 6 air wings. That is actually pretty substantial. That's going to be 5. No, 4. That's, okay, no, this is 6. They're also extremely talented. So we'll send you over here. The port operations in China. Split 2 and 2 like so. Quarterly growth report, fantastic. Let's look at these front lines actually for a second. So let's send you here. I'm actually going to send you over here as well. That looks very, very good. And our mechanized division, let's go to Shanghai. I think that seems reasonable. So let's send you down here. We'll take Shanghai. And once we kind of clear this up, it allows us to... Actually, can I just drive straight to Shanghai? The answer seems like it's going to be yes, which is very, very nice for us. What do we want next up? We can scale you, which is... Again, we're trading factory output for political power gain, which I honestly don't know if that's even any good. I mean, it doesn't seem good, but we need to do it anyways, so might as well get it done now. Okay, Shanghai is now collapsed. Get an encirclement. I mean, I'm assuming our unit is pretty good. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely better than any of the basic Chinese infantry, so that is looking great. Yeah, so you've gotten volunteers from so many people. You've gotten volunteers from the entirety of the Entente. I don't know why, like, when we played as Canada, the Chinese never allowed us to send volunteers in. I feel like maybe we could have helped them turn the tide of the war. But, that's fine. Let's send you, my good friend, over here to be on the coastline. And the Liberal Caucus has unfortunately won. So the last few times we've done this event, we've not actually been very good at it. The Liberal Caucus has won. After a close-fought battle, the inertia of the Liberal Caucus was too high for efforts for our colleagues in the SPC caucus to overcome, despite our best efforts. The Liberal Caucus has returned to power for the next 4 years in Galicia, and we do not predict much significant change to come from the Crown Land due to their policy of letting the market, read their sponsors in the big oil, determine conditions in the Crown Land. Pradovich is claiming that this is a vindication of his policies and attributes his economic policy to the idea of the Austrian school economist, in spite of some federalist intervention in the region over the years. Unfortunately, his success will most likely lead him to continue his policy of claiming the success of the federal initiatives as his own, and blame the failure of his own policies on Vienna. Very cool. Great. Glad to have you on board. And by on board, I mean you will not listen to anything I ever say. Okay, so we got the Figi plane. So we can now send stuff to our allies. I don't know how this helps us, but sure. We'll send it. We'll do at least one. We'll do one to Ukraine, and we'll just kind of see what happens with it. My gut reaction is that we're going to get no bonuses off this whatsoever, and that we're just boosting up the Kaiserreich for no real reason. Okay, campaign in the east. The streets of Lvov, Stryan, and Slashislov are plastered with posters of the CSP caucus. Excellent. I mean, again, that happened maybe a few days too late, but, you know, it is what it is. How about Savoy remain Swiss? Because Switzerland has decided not to back any French government, which, I mean, is fair. I can understand why they would do it this way. Now, you guys are not where you really want to be. How many planes do you have here? 200? Let's send you down south. Fly over southern China. And I'm actually going to send a third fighter down here as well. That's stupid. I can't actually afford that. But luckily, you've actually got some good range. You can still fly over southern China. Or, you know, 1 to 4. So they have wartime planes. We have some better aircraft than the Canadians do. Which is going to be very, very nice. Let's just capture more ports along the coast in southern China. Ningbo is currently just kind of hanging out. Is there a way that I can, like, just take over every single port? Like, I'm not going to go too crazy, am I? No, you're on this line, please. What if you just go to Hong Kong and then go to Guangzhou? How does that feel for you? I'm hoping that the AI is not going to get, like, too messed up on this, but I mean, it is possible. Oh, all the Canadians. Oh, and the entirety of the Entente actually in Guangzhou right now. So you know what? Yeah, let's get out of there for a quick moment, okay? But also the Canadians and all of them don't seem to be doing anything. So that seems good for us. What's that New England flag? Okay. I was gonna say that I thought the flag looked a little bit strange on here, but that is the standard one. Oh dear. Don't kill me, okay? I'm gonna hang on to Hong Kong for a second. Can I leave? As far as 4 convoys. Well, unfortunately, I don't have 4 convoys. God damn it! I thought they weren't gonna do anything. Okay, world's greatest Hoi 4 player here. We'll send another division down. We'll just pretend that didn't happen. Okay, you didn't see it. It was a falsehood. Okay, the Canadians did not kill my division. It didn't happen. Okay. If you saw it happen, it's because your eyes are tricking you. And no, I will not send any equipment to the British right now. You just killed my unit, you assholes. You don't get to, like, kill my guy and then be like, yo, can I please have a division? Or can I please have some equipment? Like, no, of course you can't. What are you talking about? Deploy our units out. Better strike aircraft. Artillery or 52 tech. We'll go for the 90-50 tank upgrade. And then, wartime CAS, we can go up to strike craft. And what do we don't have? We don't have tungsten. Is there anyone else we can trade? Let's trade with the, let's trade with Mexico, actually. I think Mexico is still socialist, right? Yes, but they're not aligned with the Canadians. That's really more about what I actually care about. So, I do think, though, that at least right now, losing a 1 division in China, like a really big smarty boy, is going to be a good time for us to end this episode. So if you enjoyed me, thumbs up. Not enjoying, give me a thumbs down. If you want to see more, subscribe, and goodbye.